Hey, howdy, hey, happy Saturday, everybody, and welcome to Disney Night Live. We're back. It's May 10th. We're happy to be here. Sorry we were not live last Saturday. I wasn't feeling well, but I'm back. Not the greatest, but I'm still here. We got a fun show planned for you tonight. Let's talk about some new Disney announcements. A new park is coming to Abu Dhabi, and some new lounges coming to the Disney parks. But as always, and first, let's talk about D-Magic World, our sponsor. DMagicWorld.com is a 24/7 streaming Disney music station. And let's hear a couple words from our friends at D-Magic World.
Welcome to D-Magic World, your place for magic at home, at work, or wherever you are. D-Magic World, non-stop magic every day. Visit DMagicWorld.com and request your favorite Disney music. D-Magic World, non-stop magic every day.
So D-Magic World, again, it's our sponsor. You can check them out at DMagicWorld.com. You can listen to their Disney music station, playing parks music, or you can listen to their Disney movie music station. You could also make a request, which is I think the greatest feature aside from the music on the website. Go make a request, put it in there. I think it's great for them, and we want to hear your request. And then also hop on that homepage at D-Magic World. And if you're not already following us on Now That's Disney on Facebook, you can go to our Facebook group by clicking on the Now That's Disney tab at the top. So Disney Night Live is going to be back in a couple minutes. We're going to do our show shares, and we got a fun show. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Give us a few minutes, all right? Hey, howdy, hey, everybody. Happy Saturday and welcome back to Disney Night Live. Welcome in Aaron and Jim to Disney Night Live. What's going on, everybody?
Hello.
Hello. We are happy to have Jim and Aaron with us. It's been a while since our friend Aaron has joined us, and we've missed him so. Hello, and
I am back.
He's back and better than ever.
I'm back.
And Jim has been away for a little bit too. He's been busy vacationing and doing some musical gigs, so we're happy to have him back. And hello to everybody in the chat. What's going on, everybody?
Hello, we have Don and Marie in the chat, yes?
We do. Hello to Miss Don and Marie on the go. Donald, please feel better. I know you're not feeling well. I see Valerie, T. Nina, aloha. I see my wife, Kim. Hey, let's take a real quick minute here to talk about tomorrow, which is Mother's Day. So happy early Mother's Day to all of our Disney moms out there. You know we love you so, moms, and we just hope you have a great day tomorrow and every day. But, tomorrow's your day.
Happy
Right?
Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, it is good to have Jim and Aaron back. It really is. So
Yes,
you guys are loved.
Been busy, but we're here.
That's right. Yeah, we I think this time of the year everybody gets busy doing stuff. I see some folks on Instagram Live. I want to make sure I'm saying hi and paying attention to you folks as well. Hello to you.
Hello, Instagram.
Hello. And we're Instagram famous. I just haven't been feeling that great lately. My sinuses have been kicking my butt. And so last weekend, I just couldn't do the show. And so I'm sorry. We've been a little bit sporadic lately, but still not feeling that great, but definitely better this weekend. So, we're here. Hola, Valerie. And hey, guys. We've got Cav Fam 4 joining us on YouTube. I want to say hello to you. Hello, and thank you for joining Disney Night Live. Disney Night Live, again, is a live stream that takes place every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And don't forget that you can always catch our previous live streams on YouTube, as well as our podcast, which is out there and available for you to check it as well, which is really just the audio version of our live stream. But we still want you to go and listen to it, if you want, join. One of the things I really enjoy trying to look for comments. We don't get a lot of comments like in YouTube and stuff. So I always go digging through because I love to just get back to you and see what the feedback is. So, hello. Hi, Rosie. Okay. Cat Fam 4. Hey, now I know who it is. What's up? So yeah, but we've got a Saturday here, a Mother's Day Eve. And
Happy Mother's Eve.
Happy Mother. I always say Mother's Day or Faj's Day. Kim thinks it's hilarious. So it's Mother's Day Eve here in this house.
Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mother's Day.
Some family over tomorrow and celebrate. So we were doing stuff outside today.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day to everyone out. Yes. Hello and Mother's Day. Any plans for tomorrow, Jim? Celebrating?
No, I don't think so. I'm sure we'll keep it low key. I'll probably cook. Last couple of weeks of the year with a couple of high schoolers, so cracking down, making sure everybody stays on top of things as the year rolls up.
That's it. You got to lay down the law. I know what it's like, and now sometimes I have to do that here. Yeah, I mean, you guys are in North Carolina, so your schools are wrapping up sooner than ours. So
June 6th is the last day, and that last week is just exams. So they're like 3 weeks, and then a week of exams, and then they're done.
Right. Wow. Good for you. Yeah, I know. I think Florida should be soon too. I mean, I guess right around that timing. Yeah, we go. I think Colton goes a little bit later than mid-June, and then Kim's towards the end of June. Her district here in New Jersey is one of the last to get out. But I see Lily John says we celebrated today with my oldest. Okay, great. Yeah. I mean, some people celebrate today on Saturday. Sure. Yeah, and T9 says, and you wonder why your sinuses are bothering you. Well, yeah. Kim says we got our deck done and everything planted, so I'm happy, Mom. As long as she's happy, I'm happy. That's what makes me happy.
There you go. Happy Kim.
Son are happy. Yeah, I'm happy. Lily John's, my grandkid's last day is the 11th of June. And Donald says, I'll be calling my 92-year-old mother tomorrow. Well, happy Mother's Day to your mom, Don.
Indeed.
Yeah. T90 says, wow, we are done May 21st. Wow. Yeah, schools get out so differently all around in different states. It's craziness.
I agree. It's so weird.
Yeah. Woo. Kim replies to Jay. See, I'm reading comments because they don't pop up. Good news is, again, we're streaming. I fixed that issue. This is 3 times in a row now. Okay. Yeah, it's
cool.
Again, it's working. So Kim says, James, I know high school exams are crazy. We are heading into it soon. Yeah. And we're not done till the end of June, but we don't go back until September. So I know it all works out. I mean, that's why, like, being a Disney show, we know, like, and being Disney's, Colton calls me a Disney stan.
Okay.
The Disney parks are busy, depending on when the schools get out too, right? So people are like, oh, great time to go because the schools go back, or the schools are out, so don't go at this time. Or same thing with the spring break, right? It all ebbs and flows.
I've actually been peeking at the wait times in the last week using touring plans and seeing what the actual versus Disney posted, because it seems pretty clear Disney's inflating wait times.
We've heard that for a while.
And Magic Kingdom the whole last week, boy, if you could go now, the wait times every day midday, it's been unbelievably low.
I checked the other day too. It's funny how we just like check.
Yeah. I mean, Hollywood Studios is always bad. It seems like it's never low. But Magic Kingdom, I was like looking at, they were saying, park levels are about a 3, and like the wait times, things looked like, walk the queue lanes,
Right.
Much. So
it's funny you mentioned touring plans. We've had Len Testa on a couple of times, but it's been a while. I've got to reach out to him because those have been some of the best live streams we had. I mean, Len is just so informative and bright. And I got to reach out to him and get him back on here. He was a great guest a couple of times he was on. So
I've had a touring plan subscription a really long time. They had one of the first mobile apps back in the BlackBerry days where you could actually have like a BlackBerry app from touring plan before, like, the modern era of smartphones. And I was like going around with a BlackBerry in those days, looking at like, checking wait times and stuff. And so I've been all in on touring plans for a long time. I use them to do like room requests too when I do reservations.
Right. Yeah.
Automated room request suggestions. Not that I'm giving them a plug here.
But you know what? I'm all for it. I mean, they're not a sponsor, but touringplans.com. I mean, you could tell Jim and I are definitely fans of touring plans.
I am.
Yeah, I've done it too. Like if you, Aaron, you live in Florida. I mean, you work in the park, but if you were out of state and you were planning a trip, the cool thing about touring plans is you can literally see the room layouts in the resorts, but also like what that view is going to be, like like a real view. Yeah. So some people, I'll give you an example. One of the cool things about the Poly is in a deluxe studio DVC, it's a standard view, but there are 1 or 2 rooms, and I'm trying to remember that if you Google the numbers, but on like touring plans, it'll tell you, it actually gives you a view where you could see like partial Magic Kingdom, like that good view. That would be a what they would call, I guess, a park view, right? Or like it's like their top view. Yeah. So
there are rooms in Jumbo House DVC and Animal Kingdom Lodge that technically come under standard view, but actually are obstructed Savannah view, if you know which rooms those are. And so they're not the best ones, but you're paying standard viewpoints and you're getting pretty much a Savannah view.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's like if you can make those room requests, there are ways to trick it in. And there are also some rooms I would tell you to avoid. There are rooms at Kidani that like there's one of the handicap accessible rooms, which is standard view at Kidani, which is like right over the like a turnaround exhaust bus area, which is just I stayed there and I'm like, no, never again.
Yeah, not good.
Yikes.
Yeah, well, that's why sites like touringplans.com are great. I'm going to reach out to Len soon too and get him back on. So there was a big announcement this week from Disney, and I think it took everyone by surprise because nobody expected this. I mean, I never heard of it, and I think everybody else's reaction is kind of the same. But let's see. I'm going to share my screen. Not yet. All right. Disney announced that they and I'm not sure if I'm saying this correctly, but Barrell announced a new 7th theme park planned for Abu Dhabi. So for those of you who are not familiar, Abu Dhabi is the capital city of UAE, or the United Arab Emirates. It is an island in the Persian Gulf, and the city's located on the northeastern part of the Arabian Peninsula along the coast of the Persian Gulf. And this took a ton of people by surprise. I'm not sure what you guys thought when the news came out. I think it took people by surprise for several reasons, but number one, that they announced they're building a 7th theme park and resort in Abu Dhabi.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a joke.
Really? Yeah. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, is this just like a late April Fool's thing? I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But then it just kept popping up, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's real.
Yeah.
But they're not really building it, right? So, I mean, and this is one of those cases.
Right.
So a lot of the foreign parks where they're licensing the IP, I'm sure they're getting a Brinks truck full of money, but it's Barrell that's building it.
Barrell, right? Yeah.
Disney oversight, Disney input, but
just like, is it Tokyo or Shanghai, or is it both of them? I know. I believe
certainly the Shanghai one. I would think
Shanghai, right? Yeah, they're not run by Disney. T9 right off the bat says, "I will never be going there," and we're gonna dive into it. But I think I know for myself the same thing. I'm not gonna be going there. Donald says, just like the new cruise ship that has the smaller rooms in the casinos in it, it's slated to take care of the Asian Pacific cruise area. I feel this park is going to be targeting Africa in the Middle East. Okay. Yeah. I mean, Disney made the announcement, and on the Disney Parks blog, it's like a little over 2-minute video. So let's see. I haven't seen the video yet, but this is the video on Disney Parks, and let's see what they have to say about that first, and then we'll dive into our thoughts on this announcement and some other things that go along with Abu Dhabi. So let me share my screen. Okay. Oh, there it is. Cool. All right. Let's see if this works now. Let's see if we get volume.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, This project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney and Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination and experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Mira's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
Huh. Yeah. So that's some pretty serious stuff right there. Iger says distinctly Emirates, right?
Mhm.
And I think that's kind of funny to say that, because as soon as Disney made this announcement, like Aaron said, people were kind of in shock. Again, for a lot of reasons, but one, I don't think anybody had really heard rumors of a seventh park, but also the location. And I don't want to shy away from this topic. I think it's something that we should definitely talk about, and it's all over the place. I mean, if you just Google laws, like common law in Abu Dhabi, they have really strict laws, but also their views on the LGBTQ community and their laws against that. So, I did some Googling earlier and, just stumbled across a lot of different sites that are talking about this. But one that I found that I thought had a good article is it's called pride.com. So, their view on it is Disney has been what a lot of people consider, I guess, a safe space for LGBTQ community. They've definitely shown support. We know that they gotten into some trouble a couple of years ago, with DeSantis, right, when they took a stance against him. And the location here doesn't seem to go along with their stance in that, right? Or what they've said and their support of the community. So I'm not sure what the folks in the chat feel again, or you guys, but I'm not sure how this is going to work.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I don't know. I understand it's like selling. I don't want to say selling, but like partnership of Disney, that it's not
right,
like our thing. But I guess I feel like they're just trying to compete with the next thing, and like they have SeaWorld there. SeaWorld Abu Dhabi is very successful in all of the SeaWorld parks for a couple different reasons, but I never even heard backlash from that. However, I know Disney is separate,
right,
than that other theme park company, but I don't know. I don't even know what. Yeah, there was no rumors. There was nothing. It was just kind of there to a point where we, like I said, we were surprised, and I thought it was a joke.
Yeah, I mean, and so they've partnered with Miral. Is it Jim? Miral. Okay.
Barrell, however it's pronounced, but yeah.
Right. Okay. Abu Dhabi is a leading creator of immersive destinations and experiences. But didn't he just basically, like you said, take a boatload of cash and sell out here? Like, okay, here, we'll help you with the storyboard and the Imagineering and all of that, and it's got the Disney name, but you can run it and you can do what you want when, again, you know, and I'm looking to kind of see, so here in this article on pride.com, it mentions that, you know, Iger says authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati, an oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment. Therein lies the problem for LGBTQ plus Disney fans and allies who point to United Emirates' strict anti-LGBTQ plus laws and restrictions for also women as being opposed to the company's core values, key policies of inclusion, even if another entity technically owns and operates the park. So, yeah.
Yeah. So Disney is a corporation. They're an entertainment company. Obviously, besides theme parks, they've got, you know, television, movie interests, and everything else. I think we'd all like them to hold themselves to. We'd like them to all hold themselves to a higher standard, but in the end, they're part of a capitalist system, and they may do better from time to time, or historically have done better in the past. But what do they say on Wall Street? Past performance is no guarantee of future activity.
Yeah.
Right. It's disappointing. Besides just the LGBTQ element, you can look up organizations like Human Rights Watch and other stuff. The laws are pretty rough across the board. UAE is known for abuse of foreign workers too. A lot of the people that come in to do the domestic work, the construction work, and everything else are from foreign countries. There have been all sorts of terrible reports about taking people's travel documents and abuse of workers. And you have to wonder who's going to build this park.
Right. Yeah, who's being contracted to build it again.
So, and how's that going to go? Not, you know, it's in Disney's name, even if Disney's not in charge of it. You know, what happens when, you know, those types of things take place?
Right. Yeah, it's not going to be like, you know, Aaron, you mentioned SeaWorld, but like, I don't know. It's almost like I compare it to like in baseball, the Yankees. If the Yankees do something, it's like multiplied by 10. Like, or there's other things in the world that kind of get multiplied. If Disney does something versus another theme park, it seems to be out there more. You know what I mean? Like other theme parks can seem to either go quietly or not get away with breaking the law, but get away with being in the news so much. People love to pound Disney. You know, and Jim, you just mentioned Human Rights Watch. Like in this article from pride.com, and I want to give credit. It says, according to a Human Rights Watch report in 2024, the UAE's federal penal code criminalizes vaguely defined acts, allowing the authorities to arrest people for a wide range of behaviors, including public displays of affection, gender non-conforming expressions, and campaigns promoting the rights of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender LGBT people, all while women can now drive, own property, work, and get an education. They must do so with permission from a male guardian. It sounds a lot like The Handmaid's Tale to me. And yeah, I'm not really cool. I mean, again, you guys know, as Colton said, I'm a Disney stan, but I'm not really cool with this decision, and I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I have to try to be positive and say, I hope it's a step in the right direction, maybe a partnership for change. I don't know.
I'm not that hopeful. It seems to me that it's a shift, right? That they're sensing the prevailing winds and they're just going with it. You know, it seems like a bottom line decision. You know, make the shareholders happy, make Wall Street happy. You know,
that's what Don said. That's what Don said up here. Is this an attempt to appease Wall Street? You know?
But like I said, you know, maybe we're projecting onto Disney what we'd like them to be as opposed to what they are in the end. You know? Yeah.
But then Disney just basically sold their brand, you know what I mean? And along with that comes reputation, and they're not always getting the best reputation in the news. What happens, like you said, something happens to the people working there. Somebody gets arrested, or somebody says, you know what, I'm going to visit regardless of who I am and how I feel, and they arrest them. You know what I mean? What's going to happen then? Is Disney going to then back away and like just turn it over? I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it all depends what kind of coverage things like that get to, and you're seeing all sorts of shifts in media control here, and I'm sure the media is well controlled in UAE. So the news has to get out in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
True. If the news doesn't get out, did it ever really happen?
Yeah. Like I said, it's disappointing across the board.
Yeah.
I guess we all shouldn't be surprised. It did come as a shock. I was, like Aaron said, I was like, okay, and that's ridiculous. That's clickbait. That's clickbait. That can't possibly be true. And I was like, oh, really? Oof. It seemed tone deaf. All things.
It really does. Yeah. And then they, they put out this 2.5 minute video with smiles and in suits, looking good, and they've taken a lot. Again, if you just go and spend some time, whatever your search engine is, I'm a Googler. But here on this article, again, giving credit, pride.com, somebody says, Disney, I am trying my blanking best not to give up on you, but why the blank would you open a park in Abu Dhabi where being gay and trans is illegal and women have to sometimes ask a male guardian for approval? How is that Disney magic? Wrote one ex user. Yeah. No. I don't hide my stance. You guys know where I am. I don't talk about it, and I keep Now That's Disney politically free. But on my own feed, and I'm a huge supporter of the LGBTQ community, women's rights, inclusion, special needs. So I'm not sure where they're going with this decision. And regardless of being positive or negative, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, no, I was raised by a feminist. My mother wore an ERA bracelet, and she was an early member of the American Women's Economic Development Corporation in the 1970s, which was something the Carter administration put in place for women business owners. Right. So my mother would be turning over in her grave to see the attacks on women's rights that we've seen across the board. Yeah. In the last few years.
We can't go backwards as people. And I feel like we're going backwards. And I'm not really feeling positive about this. So, but it is Disney news, and we need to talk about it. There's other news to get to, and we can talk about that because we try to keep it again somewhat positive here on Disney Night Live. Kim says, I don't choose to be positive. I choose to fight. Bring it. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, you kind of I just feel you got to stand up for what you feel. If you don't say anything, silence speaks loudly. So, I just feel like you should at least voice your opinion, and it's good to have healthy conversations, right?
Fair enough.
So, yeah. But in other Disney news, the Beak and Barrell.
We wants the rum.
We wants the rum. So let's share again and go to Disney Parks blog here and dive into the Beak and Barrell. And I've got to give credit to Disney Parks blog. It does a great job with all their articles and stuff that they get the information out. But I wanted to talk about some just, announcements, the Beak and Barrell and Geo-82. The Beak and Barrell, which Aaron again was shocked because he didn't even know that Magic Kingdom. And this has been in I think for 2 years now. They talked about it at a D23. Kim says, James, I was raised by feminists too, even my grandma from Ireland. Now I fight for my son's rights as a special needs mom. Yes, indeed, my love. The Beak and Barrel, new details from the Pirates of the Caribbean Tavern. So this is going in Magic Kingdom, Walt Disney World. If you know where, right across from Pirates of the Caribbean, there's, what is it, Tortuga Tavern?
Tortuga Tavern.
Right.
Yep.
So they're putting in a lounge. So this says the Beak and Barrel. It's time to raise a glass and let out your hearty shout. Another, I guess, controversial topic in Disney community because people lose their ever-loving mind when they talk about alcohol in the Magic Kingdom. Yep. They're putting a lounge in Magic Kingdom that's going to have alcohol. The Beak and Barrel opens later this year in Adventureland. At Magic Kingdom, it's established by the legendary pirate rum runner, Captain Meridian Mary Goldwyn, and her talkative first mate, Rummy. So here is a photo of them. Very cute.
Yeah. They missed a cross promotion activity. They could have had Captain Morgan host it.
Yeah, they really could have. Yeah. Caribbean finger red number one, finger red number one.
Can I be honest? I never realized with this bird, even on Pirates of the Caribbean, the bird's on the thing, why there was a bald patch on him. In the ride, you cannot tell that is supposed to be a tattoo. It just looks like a bald patch, which I think it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tattoo of an anchor on his.
But
it's
a tattoo,
belly.
Which
they
is cool.
wanted to have a tattoo, so they cut. I'm just why
they shaved his feathers.
They shaved him with a tattoo.
Listen, Aaron, who works with birds on a daily, wants to know why they shaved this poor bird's chest.
And I know really. He's been like this for years. But I'm just realizing why it's there. I'm like, okay, there's been something wrong with this animatronic. Like,
now you know.
You know, that's how you get inside of him.
Right. Yeah, that's how you access.
No, it's a tattoo on a parrot.
On a parrot.
Either that or he fell asleep smoking a cigarette and he burned the feathers.
So you got to cover it up with an anchor.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
My goodness.
Everything's answered right here. Maybe they should darken that tattoo because we don't want to just think that the bird has a bald spot on his belly.
Literally. I've always like, okay.
Oh, man. So they talk about meet Rummy, and they give backstory about the mess. And so the largest and central space at Beak and Barrel was once the mess hall for Spanish soldiers, and how now is known appropriately as the mess. So, Disney always has to give the backstory. G90 says they could have had that guy in the rum bottles in the Caymans. A larger bar anchors one side of the room, cobbled together from salvaged portions of a cruise shipwreck. I did read that adults will only be allowed 2-drink minimum, which is great. They want to curb that.
2-drink max.
2-drink max. I'm sorry.
Oh,
yeah.
Max.
Did I say minimum?
2 minutes. You have to have 2 drinks if you're coming in here.
You have to.
One for each fist.
I hope they say that to me. They can only have 2 drinks, a 2-drink max, not a minimum. Sorry.
Which is the same as Uga's Cantina, right?
I believe so. Yes, and they have a 45-minute.
Is it
still 45-minute at Uga's?
2-drink max.
I think
max.
So.
Yeah. So I'm trying to see here in this article if they talk. No, they don't talk about how long you'd be allowed in there. They will have food. Taste of Finer Life, which was once in the corner. Let's see. They don't get into menus.
Yeah.
And there's no announcement on opening. It just says at the top of the article later this year, right? So, yeah.
I have to wonder if it's going to be similar to August too, with the whole
Right.
People are dying to get in and reservations and the whole bit, as opposed to a standard game, just roll in for a drink. It seems like it's going to be going that way, which will make it less attractive to me anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Is anybody really interested in this? I think it's a new space there. We'll see what the menu looks like, I think, and then I might be more interested when that comes out.
I'd be more interested in it if it was something like a Nomad Lounge, right? Where it was like, a place you could go in and
chill out.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite places.
Love Nomad Lounge.
Yeah,
that is to me one of the best relaxing spots in all of Walt Disney World. Great drinks, great snacks, and that to me is a key in one of these places too, because sometimes snacks just suck.
Agree.
You're right.
That's
like
why beer is a snack.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, T9 says with just a 45-minute break, I could get sloshed pretty easily.
Yeah,
not even a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what the menu looks like. Give us some good snacks. Don't do something stupid. And like a turkey leg because pirates have to eat with their hands and whatever nonsense. Yeah, come on.
I mean, I conceptually like the idea, although drunk people in Magic Kingdom seems like a terrible idea. Tempers are already short in the summer when it's hot.
Oh my gosh, I think that's the worst park where people are in bad moods.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Overly stressed, and they've got tends to more little kids a lot of the time. So you've got stressed adults and small kids and alcohol. Seems like maybe a bad combination.
I walked by a guest today, and he was a dad. Well, I'm assuming with another dad. This one was pushing a wheelchair, not a wheelchair.
Stroller?
A cart for children.
Oh, okay.
Whatever they're called. I really cannot. A cart for a child.
Okay.
And
a wagon.
He was like, something about the thing at Jack, and then he goes, yeah, well, yesterday we were at Magic Kingdom and we had a terrible experience at Crystal Palace. And so I'm like, I gotta hear what happened at the Crystal Palace. And long story short, he is in the wrong because as you know, Crystal Palace is a character dine, and Pooh Bear didn't get to their table. Pooh Bear left for a moment, and the character attendant was like, he'll be right back. He just needs to go do something. And then he came back and never went to their table. So the character attendant didn't tell Pooh Bear that he needs to go meet this family. So then the people got up and went to the other table where Pooh Bear was already interacting with another table to get their photo with him because they haven't gotten it yet. And they got into they pretty much got in trouble in a way of just like, hey, you have to stay seated and we'll come to you type of thing. But they got mad about it. And it's like, well, you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
I understand you want Pooh Bear to come meet you, and I'm sure he will in just a moment. But calm down.
Yeah, chill out, because we don't want the poo to hit the fan.
No.
You know what I mean?
No poo to hit the fan.
Yeah.
There's going to be fluff everywhere.
Yeah, just tell a cast member or a person working there, the situation, and who will get there.
Exactly. Tell the character attendant. They will happily skip 5 tables to come to you so you can leave.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've actually had that experience.
Yes, you're like, hey, I've missed this character a couple times. Can we just get them so we can head out? And they're like, absolutely. They go ask the character to come say hello to you, and they usually accept. And you're out.
Yeah.
Especially at peak hours or busy times, they want that table. So they want you to get out so they can clear that table and bring in another family.
Yeah, so dumb. But
poor Pooh probably can't even really see through that,
Probably can't.
No. Never had a bad experience.
You mean through
he
can't see through his fur.
Through his fur. through poo-colored glasses.
Come on. When my twins were very small, and they were still in high chairs, we were in Crystal Palace, and Dylan, my son, pulled a knife on Tigger. So he was little and he was freaked out by meeting characters, and we didn't realize that until that moment.
Right.
And so Tigger started approaching, and he started flipping out and like shaking and whatever. And he was just looking for whatever he could get, and somehow he got a knife, like one of those little. And he's like going like this, and Tigger starts backing up, like, whoa. If I had a camera, I would have won America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah, seriously.
I was like, I didn't have it on video, but like, it's a great regret of my life. As a toddler with a knife and a high chair,
waving Tigger at Tigger. Yeah, man, that's great. I once heard a toddler tell Piglet while they were eating bacon, "Piglet, I'm eating my piglet."
That's funny.
That's good.
That is so funny.
Yeah, that's great. Kim says, "LOL, our worst moments were at Magic Kingdom. Our worst moments are always at Magic Kingdom. You want to see a Picciano family all-out brawl? It's at Magic Kingdom. The other parks were pretty much okay. You know, I'm not saying we won't have a moment, but
you got to go in the morning and get out by noon.
Yeah.
GTFO.
It's seriously, yeah. I mean, so couple drinks at a pirate tavern could either go really good or really poorly. But, you know, like T-Night has said, in 45 minutes with 2 drinks, I mean, for some people, that's maxed out.
Enough.
2 drinks, right? That's enough. And they'll be stumbling around for a couple hours. Oh, my God, my cat.
They're going to be acting just like Captain Jack Sparrow.
If they're limiting you to 45, though, that's a little tight. I mean, you know, sometimes
that is tight.
I mean, an hour would be more reasonable. You know,
right?
It's like, all right, maybe I'll have the 2 drinks, maybe I won't. But if I got an hour, and then you know, by the time you sit down and you order, like 45 minutes seems like, you know, what am I ordering 2 at once? Bring me 2 beers right now, and then you're going to get them, and then you're out in 45 minutes. It's like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's Oga's Cantina was 45 minutes. I think. I'm not sure if they relaxed that, and I haven't. I
think they have.
They have, right?
I think they have.
Because it's definitely slowed down. I mean, since they first.
Yes.
Right. So
I remember when it was like standing room only, and you're quite literally in the kitchen, and they're like, "Okay, there's your place. We'll be right back." You know.
Yeah, here you go. Yeah, we went in there once with Colton, and they put us behind some tables, like in a little corner, and we had like a little thing, a little shelf to put our drinks on, and we had fun. It was really cool in there, but I wanna sit down and have a drink. So, and so here again, theming, I'm sure theming is going to be great. I think of pirates again. I think of rum. I want some really good rum drinks.
Yep.
I want some pirate fare, whatever that might be. Like Don said earlier, maybe some Caribbean or I think it was actually Troy, some kind of Caribbean fare.
Yeah.
They have some interesting opportunities there if they do it right to also sell some interesting merch. You can do some kind of like flagging, that type of thing.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Souvenir stuff.
I agree.
Since they don't have a menu, I saw that Geo-82 does.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me let's pop on to. Let's go share the screen. Disney Parks, but all good.
Yeah. And we know Epcot is very short on places to get alcohol, so I'm sure.
Right. Yeah. There's not a lot of places in Epcot for alcohol. And unlike Geo-82, the new lounge will be opening in Epcot. The Beak and Barrel will be child friendly. Geo-82 not. Kid friendly.
21 and up.
21 and up to party. Disney Eats, Geo-82 menu and opening date. So for those who don't know, brand new Geo-82 lounge is coming to Epcot on June 4th. We have an opening date with reservations opening on May 6th. It's an adult exclusive, sophisticated spot. So you can't be silly to go in here. You got to be sophisticated. Nestled within Spaceship Earth, and it's going to feature a unique beverage program to enjoy as you delight your taste buds with a selection of small bites that are beautiful as they are delicious. Don wants to know, are they going to have stroller parking right outside of the front door? They probably will, I'm sure, at Beak and Barrel. Yeah. Yeah. T9 says you could have won 10,000 in a Disney cruise. So yeah, let's talk about the menu. Aaron, do you have any highlights? You have oh, here you go, some photos. There you go.
Oh,
yeah, look at this.
I think there's some interesting cocktails on here.
Mhm.
Normally when I go to drink in the parks, it's just beer. If there's something like, honestly, I don't ever get liquor there. But like, there's a couple that are jumping out to me in a weird fashion because of their like what it is. So good examples: the strawberry black pepper sour, Campari liquor, Luxardo maraschino liqueur, strawberry, lemon, and black pepper. Okay. There's a caramelized leek martini, Ford's gin, vermouth, caramelized leek, and pickled onion.
Ooh.
That sounds like a martini.
Yeah. I'm trying to find that one on here.
Yeah, I don't know if all of the photos are on that.
Yeah, so they've got the drinks. I just saw the strawberry black pepper sour. Caramel. Oh, yeah. Ford's gin, Dolan dry vermouth, and Deschambaret caramelized leek and pickled onion.
Okay, so basically a Woodford Old Fashioned. You can always sell me on one of those.
Right, yeah. So they've got a brown butter Old Fashioned with Woodford Reserve double oaked, which is really good if you get the double oaked. This has got brown butter, maple, and Hella Cocktail Co. Mexican chocolate bitters.
I would drink that. That would
yeah,
be good.
definitely. Yep.
Yeah. And I know if you're in the right spot and you've got the right people making it, you can get a killer cocktail at Disney.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Had terrific Negroni at the Abracadabra bar, the Coney Negroni.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Just don't drink more than one of those, or you're going to forget where you parked your stroller.
Or you'll be in a stroller.
Yeah.
Strawberry and coconut right hand actually sounds pretty good. It's Campari liquor, coconut cartel, anejo rum, Carpano, Antica formula, sweet vermouth, strawberry, and coconut. That sounds pretty interesting to me.
I like Don's comment here, and I don't disagree with him. He said, "What's the over under on a parent parking near the toddler outside of Geo?"
Yeah,
I wouldn't take that bet.
No. Yeah, sorry, we're just here for the parking.
Yeah.
The Electron has a lot in it.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at. Wow.
That's a carrot.
Yeah.
Cinnamon lime.
So,
Hella cocktail.
Mezcal. All right.
Yeah, it's got a mezcal, a carrot.
Love me a mezcal.
Yeah.
Cinnamon, lime, Hella Cocktail Co. orange bitters, and pink peppercorn. If that's it right there, then it looks pretty good, but I don't know if that's it.
Peach shrub whiskey smash.
Peach shrub whiskey smash.
Something tells me that's the mint.
I think that's it because you see the little
right,
piece of mint
yeah,
in there. So that's the probably whiskey smash.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow, there's some unique stuff that they're coming here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are drinks that you're not going to find in a lot of the Disney locations, so that's good. Whether
they
or not
have the bourbon flight too.
Bourbon flight with a single barrel Woodford on there.
So I'm seeing that now. These bourbons have been hand selected for Geo-82 and are only exclusive. So that's great. Yeah. Uncle Nearest single barrel premium whiskey, Woodford Reserve single barrel, Blanton's gold single barrel, and Stag private barrel.
So 4 whiskeys. Okay. Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And that flight. No wonder why there's no kids allowed.
Yeah. There's some liquor being poured.
Yeah, there's some serious drinks over here. I would try that, says T9. There are 0 proof cocktails, which are always fun. Then there's some wine. They're going to have some champagne and sparkling, some rosé, some white, some red, and then beers. Let's see. Athletic, non-alcoholic. A Miller High, really? You're going to call this place sophisticated and put Miller High Life Lager?
That's the champagne of beers.
I know. I love Miller. You know that I've drinking it many times on this show. I love Miller High Life.
As have I.
So you
I think
need
that's
to work.
the first.
Yeah, good.
Oh, that's the first place that I think has High Life in the parks.
Right.
It's
Yeah, I've
always
never
eaten
seen
High
it
Life.
ever.
Yeah, I've never either. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It is really good beer, and you can get it at a really good price at liquor stores. It's like, but I love the fact that it's called Champagne and Beers because I agree.
So that's a really poor beer selection, though. Sorry.
Yeah.
It is.
It is. Overall, it is because, again, you're calling it sophisticated and you're like, we put a lot of effort on the drinks. So here's your beer, right?
Yeah. I do not like Bell's. I don't like any Bell's beer.
No.
It's not good. If anything, High Life, of course. I don't like the Lexington Brewing Kentucky Bourbon Barrel. I've had it before.
Right.
Modelo, meh. Yingling, meh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a Miller High Life for me if I'm getting a beer here.
I'm actually surprised by this only because a lot of the beers made for the park have been really good, in my opinion. You've heard me talk about how much I love the Golden Squadron Lager over at Docking Bay with the and it's not a trip to Disney for me unless I get a Kungaloosh at some point.
You need a Kungaloosh, which would be great.
They're all good.
Yeah.
Tiger's
Tail.
The for Flower and Garden, a local brewery here, Crooked Can, made a beer for the festival, and it was over at the refreshment port, and it was really good. And that place always has a nice themed beer per any festival, and it's thankfully a big cup, not the small 5 and 9 ounces that they give at the festival booths.
But they could have did something like that. Like, why did they? I don't know. Cheap out on the beer selection here. I don't know.
Literally. What little bites do they have?
So Geo-82 food menu. They've got some cannellini hummus. And I believe that is a picture of it. I love hummus, and I'm sure the cannellini hummus will be good. I'm a big fan of chickpeas. We always have a thing of hummus in the fridge. I'm always dipping pretzels into it as a snack. There is a chef selection of artisanal cheese, cured meats, and accompaniments. Sometimes people call this a charcuterie, or in the old days in our house, we called it an antipasto.
If it comes out like that, that looks pretty good.
Right. Yeah. Is it going to look like it? Like this? And I see honeycomb on there, which
I
yum.
love.
Oh, yeah.
Then
I see fungi flap. Something smells of fungi here. There's a fungi flatbread.
All right.
There is a jumbo lump crab agetti. That actually looks pretty good, other than the caviar on top of it. Do you guys like caviar?
Sure do.
Yeah. Okay, both of you. All right. I've tried it like once or twice in my life, and I don't recall liking it. I would like to give it a try again.
Truffle ahi tuna.
This looks good too.
It does look good. So there's a truffled ahi tuna, which I was just thinking that in my mind, and I didn't say it out loud, Aaron. It does look good. Japanese whiskey barrel-aged soy truffle, ponzu, citrus scallion, tobacco, and black sesame seeds. Yum. And of course, you can get your Geo-82 souvenir glasses. Memento.
So those are going to cost a lot for just
I was going to say
a glass.
It looks like something like in the 1980s. If you work for like Chevrolet, like you would have gotten as like a like an award or something.
Yeah, like the glasses are pretty, but I could buy that exact rock glass at Walmart and a pair for $5.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to know who's really making it. I mean, are you selling me like Riedel crystal? I mean, what is it?
Yeah. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't see
story.
pricing, so but it does say that you can get your glasses for sale. Of course, you got to get a souvenir. Okay.
Yeah. I'm also particular about my wine glasses, so I want to see.
Yeah,
that bowl size doesn't look particularly good to me.
No, it's more looks. Does this lounge interest either one of you?
Yes,
more,
I would
more
definitely
than
go.
It does. So more than Beak and Barrel.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
We don't even know anything about Beak and Barrel.
Yeah, we don't know much.
A pirate and a bird that's missing his chest feathers.
Yeah, a bird that got shaved and tattooed.
Yeah. I'm thinking Beak and Barrel, like I said, is going to be closer to Oga's, or
Right.
you know, if they're doing slightly better, then maybe it's like the Tap House in terms of menu. But you know,
you know what? I love Tap House though.
Right, but so you're going, okay,
Yeah.
maybe we're trying a little bit harder on the snacks, but
Right.
I'm not holding out a lot of hope, which is a shame because I actually like the idea of being able to be in Adventureland and near Pirates. You know, how dear Pirates is to me. If I could stop in and have a drink, I'd be okay with that. But if it's like, you know, a madhouse and, you know, rush you in, rush you out for the experience, I'm probably not doing it.
Yeah.
Tap House is great because it's almost like Disney didn't try at all. And people love Tap House. It's just some light bites that everybody loves at a cheap price and good beers on tap. You know, I think there's a couple wines on there or whatever. We always get a pretzel. We'll get a charcuterie board, and Colton can snack and have a water while Kim and I have a drink. And they, you know, but it was like no effort. Like, okay, we're just going to have a cool spot to hang out, you know, and
people love it.
Yeah, people love it. So try less, Disney. There you go.
What's interesting is that all the negative before it was open, there was a whole lot of negativity about it. I remember people like, oh, what are they doing with that? Is it really? It's really funny.
Because it took away, what was the place that it replaced? The writer.
Which I loved. The writer's corner.
The writer's corner, right?
That was? Yeah.
So people love that because there was a snack there that they really enjoyed.
We used to grab coffee in there in the morning, like rope drop, go hit a ride, and in the old days. But
I'm excited for both lounges. But seeing the menu at Geo-82, I like the light bites, and I can get a drink there. And I'm on the fence about Beak and Barrel until I see that menu. So we'll get there one day, Disney. Wow, that's an hour already. Kim says, "Give us what we want. We want the rum."
Indeed.
So we covered a good amount of stuff tonight. Some positive, I would say. Some pretty negative, mainly. Some possibly positive, and then some positive.
Lots of positive.
Sums up our show. But
positively.
We want to make sure we say again, Happy Mother's Day out there.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, have a great Mother's Day tomorrow. I want to thank everyone who tuned in tonight. Seems like we had a pretty good audience and a lot of good fun comments. Lily says, thanks for another great show. So thank you guys for taking part of your Saturday night and giving it to us and your time. We appreciate it. Thank you to Aaron and Jim for being my co-host tonight. As always, it was great to see you guys. I enjoyed it.
Yes, good to see you.
Thank you. So let's see our outro, and we'll see you guys next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern for another fun Disney Night Live. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe. Goodbye.